Okay, guys, so today we are going to go over the corrections for the test. Okay, so make sure you're doing corrections on the ones you missed, that you've checked your score, and that you send them to me when you're done, okay? So number 1, in the scale used on a blueprint, 1/4 of an inch represents 2 feet. Okay, so I know I'm using scale, so I have to set up a proportion. And the two things I'm comparing are inch and feet. So I'm going to put inches and feet. And then because that represents there, that means these two numbers are on top of each other, 1/4 and 2. And then my last number, 20 feet, goes over here next to feet. Okay, so I set up my proportion and now I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to do the two numbers that are diagonal from each other. So we're going to do 1/4 times 20. And whenever I have a whole number and I'm multiplying by fractions or dividing by fractions, I put it over 1. So then I do 20 times 1 is 20. And then 4 times 1 is 4. And then I divide by my last number, 2. So I'm going to divide by 2. Okay, remember that's over 1 because it's a whole number. And then I do KCF. Keep the first number, 20 over 4. Change the division to multiplication and flip the second number to the reciprocal. 20 times 1 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, and then we want to change that into a mixed number. Put it back into a fraction form. Top in, bottom out. So top in, bottom out, TBO. 8 goes into 20 twice, that's 16. 20 minus 16 is 4. Then I have to put a decimal and a 0, which means I put a decimal next to that too. Putting that 0 down, get 40. 8 goes into 40 5 times. So my answer is 2.5 or 2.5 because 0.5 is 1/2. So 2.5. Okay. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle FGH. So if they're similar, I'm going to write ABC out and then I'm going to write FGH right under it. So I know those letters match up. Okay. So I'm going to redraw a triangle. So I'm going to make my small triangle look like this one. Okay. So ABC, so F is where A should be. So F is right here, so A should be right here. And then B and G. So G is right here, so B should be right there. And then C and H. Okay, so let's look. 9 is in between A and B, so I'm going to put 9 centimeters there. A and C is 12 centimeters, so I'm going to put 12 centimeters there. And then B and C is 15, so I'm going to put 15 centimeters there. Okay, and then I do my Punnett square. Okay. I have the big triangle and I have the small triangle. Okay, and then we do colors. So let me get a color. Okay. So I'm going to make that light blue right there. So that side, corresponding side right there is light blue. Okay, and then I have pink. I'm going to do B and A is pink. And that side is pink. Okay. And then purple. I'm going to make this purple. And this side purple. Okay, and then I'm going to choose which ones I need to use. Okay, so I know I need this X because that's what I'm trying to find. What is the value of X? So I'm going to do the purple side. And then I'm going to just choose one of the other sides. So I'm going to use the side that doesn't have decimals in it. It'll work easier. So I'm going to use the blue side. Okay, because that pink side has decimals. So the big triangle on the purple side is X. The big triangle on the blue side is 18. The small triangle on the purple side is 15. And the small triangle on the blue side is 12. Okay, and then we cross multiply and divide. That's always our last two steps. Cross multiply. So we're going to do 18 times 15. 8 times 5 is 40. 5 plus 4 is 9. 0 placeholder. 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 0. 9 plus 8 is 17. And 2. And then I divide by 12. So 12 goes into 270. 12 goes into 27 twice. That's 24. That's 3. Bring down the 0. 12 goes into 30 twice. And I could really stop there because I only have one answer that's 22. So that would be F. But we can finish. That would be 24, and then 6, and 12 goes into 65 times. So that would be 22.5. Okay, and that's my answer, F. Okay, number 3. Number 3, Corbin made a scale model of the San Jacinto Monument. The monument has an actual height of 604 feet. So the actual height is 604 feet. Okay, so I know I'm going to be using my proportions. So I know one of them is feet. Okay, Corbin's model uses a scale. So here's my scale in which 1 inch represents, look at there's that represents 100 feet. So I have feet and inches. So 1 inch represents 100 feet. Okay, and you can flip it if you want to. And then I'm going to put the 604 feet over here. What is the height in inches of Corbin's model? Okay, so that's what we're trying. So if we're looking for what is the height in inches, that means that X should be next to inches. So we'll multiply 1 times 604 is 604, and then divide by 100. So 100 goes into 604. 100 goes into 600 6 times. That's 600, and I'm left with 4. Okay, and then I need to put my decimal and a 0. I'll probably need a couple zeros. Remember that decimal goes up here next to the 6, and then I bring down the 0, 40. 100 does not go into 40, so I need to put a 0 here because it doesn't go in. And then I can bring down my next 0. 100 goes into 400 4 times. So my answer should be 6.04 inches. And that's my answer. Okay. The 2 parallelograms below are similar. And look at, they're even facing the same direction and anything. So I don't even need to redraw these. Okay, so let me color them. Let me color them. I only need 2 different sides. I know 12 inches and 30 inches are the same. And then I'm trying to find the side that matches with that 16 inches, that PQ. It says PQ, okay? So that's what we're trying to find. And it's a parallelogram. It's just like a rectangle. The opposite sides are equal, okay? So 16 would be on the top and the bottom, and 12 would be on the left and the right. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my box. Sorry, put a little line there. Big one, small one, purple one, pink one. Okay, so the big one on the purple side is 30. The big one on the pink side is where my X is, because that's where PQ is. Okay, the small one on the purple side is 12, and the small one on the pink side is 16. And then I cross multiply. 30 times 16. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 3 is 18. Placeholder 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 0, 8, 4. And then I divide by 12. So 12 goes into 480. 12 goes into 48 4 times. That's 48. Okay, and because I need to do 12 into 0, that means there's a 0 at the end. So that would be 40 inches. Okay. Okay, so on to number 5. It says the diagram shows a door that has a window on it. The front faces of the door and the window are similar rectangles that have the dimensions shown. Okay, so if we look, this is the window and this is the door, and they're similar rectangles. And because they're already facing the same direction, I don't need to do anything to redraw it, okay? But I need to remember this bottom part and this bottom part are the same, okay? And then if I look this side, because they're rectangles, if it's on either side of the door, they're going to be the same. So even though this side is on the opposite side on the window, they are still equivalent, because this side, if this side's 210, then this side is also 210 on the door. Okay, so I can set up my proportion from there. So let me draw my little box. I have the door, and I have the window, and then I have the black part on the bottom, and then the pink part, or the bottom and the side. Okay, so the door on the bottom is 84. Okay, and the door on the pink side or on the side is 210. And then the window on the bottom is 60 on the black side, and then on the side, on the pink side, is H. And then we cross multiply, just like we do with everything else. Cross multiply, so I'm going to do 210 times 60, 0, 0, 0, 0 placeholder, 0, 6, and 12. 1, 0, 0, 6, 2, 1. Okay, and then I divide by my number that's left over. So 84 goes into 1, 2, 6, 0, 0. Okay, 84 doesn't go into 1, it doesn't go into 12, but it does go into 26. But it only goes in once. Because if I do 80 twice, I get 160. And that's way more than this. So we're going to do 84. 6 minus 4 is 2. Are the 1. 12 minus 8 is 4. Bring down the 0. 0. So I know it's going to have 1, 2, 3 spots. So it wouldn't be that one. Okay, and it starts with a 1, so I can't eliminate those yet. Okay, 84 goes into 420. So let's try. I know it's either a 1-8 or a 1-5, or it's not here. So let's try 5 first. 84 times 5. 20, 42, 420. And look, it is 5. So that'd be 420. Bring down the 0, and I can't put it into that, so it'd be 0 at the end. So my answer is 150 centimeters. And does that make sense? This was 84 to 60, so 150 would make sense here. Okay, on to the next one. Sorry, guys. An architect built a scale model of a sports stadium using a scale. Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. Using a scale in which 2 inches, so 2 inches represents 30 feet. The height of the sports stadium is 180 feet. Okay, so I know when I'm working with scale on these, I'm always setting up a proportion. Okay, and it's inches to feet. So we're going to do inches and then feet. And then this word represents is what helps me put the first one together. 2 inches. 2 inches represents 30 feet. So 2 inches represents, that line represents 30 feet. Okay, and then I put my other number, my last number over here, 180 feet. So if feet's down here, so I'm going to put 180 here. Okay, and then cross multiply. 2 times 180, 0, 16. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then divide by 30. So 30 goes into 360. 30 goes into 36 once. Track, that's a 6. That's a 0. 30 goes into 60 twice. So my answer is 12 inches. Okay. Oops, there's the work. Sorry, guys. Okay, number 7. Okay, triangle QRS and QTV are similar. So I know QRS and QTV, that matches. So the Q's are together, R and T are together, and S and V are together. Okay, and look at, if you see this, it's a triangle within a triangle. So I'm going to take this small triangle and bring it out. Okay. So now I have Q and Q go together, T and R go together, and then S and V go together. So this is still the same shade, but we are just redrawing it. Okay. Now I'm going to take my colors. Okay. I'm going to do the bottom pink. Okay. So those would be pink. Okay, I know it's hard to see. There we go. Just do below it. There you go. So the bottom pink, and then I'm gonna do this side purple. Okay, this side purple. And then this side green. Okay. So you see I have purple, pink, and green now. Okay. So I'm gonna draw a little Punnett square, but I'm gonna have 3 spots in it. Okay, because if you look, we're trying to see which sides are equivalent to which. Okay. So let me draw my Punnett square down here. Okay, and I'm going to put 3 different spots in there. Okay, still the big triangle and the small triangle, but this time I have pink, purple, and green. Okay, so let's look at this. Let me zoom out so we can see everything. So, okay, on the big triangle on the pink side, it's QV. So I'm going to put QV here. Okay. On the small triangle on the pink side, it's QS. So I'm going to put QS here. Okay. Big triangle on the purple side is QT. You can see that QT. Okay. And then the purple side on the small triangle is QR. So I'm going to put QR. Okay. And then on the green side on the big triangle is TV. So I'm going to put TV here. And then on the green side on the small one is RS. So I'm going to put RS here. Okay, and now I can make all of my things. So I'm just going to go through them. A, TV over RS, TV over RS, okay? So those check out. And then TV and TQ should be together. QT, TQ, they're the same, okay? Are right there. And then under that, this says RQ, QR. So those check out. So let's put a little dot there. See if it goes. So let's keep going. TQ and VQ. TQ and VQ. So this one is doing it this way. TQ and VQ. So I want to match it with this and this. So next to TQ should be QR. So TQ and TV. That doesn't make sense because that makes the big triangle one here, the big triangle one here, and then the big triangle one there. I should only have 2 from the big triangle and 2 from the small triangle. So it's not that one. Okay. And then I have VQ, so QV, VQ, and SQ, and SQ. Okay, so those check out. They're right above each other. And then I have RQ. Is RQ next? So I should have RQ next to VQ. I should either have QT or TV, but that's RQ because it's on the small. So this should be big and big, but that's a big and a small, so it's not going to check out. So that is wrong. Okay, and then TV, and VQ. Okay, so I have big on top of big. So big on top of big, which means this should be small on top of small. Okay, so what goes with TV? TV should have RS next to it, and that's true. Okay, and then VQ should have QS next to it. Well, that says RQ, so it's not that one. So it is A. Okay, so A was true the whole time. Okay, let's look. Figure JKLM is similar to figure PQRS. Okay, so JKLM and PQRS are similar. Okay, so if I look, that means, let's redraw this. So it's facing up. Okay, so this says P is over here, so J should be over here. P and J, and then K and Q, so K would be right here, and then L and R, so R, L, and then M and S, okay? So I have the bottom, the side. I have the top. And I have the right side. Okay, so now I have a 4 thing box. Okay, so I'm going to draw 4. Draw 2 separate boxes if you want, but I'm going to put all 4 in one. Okay, big and small. I'm going to say this, I don't know. They're both pretty similar, big and small. So I'm just going to label it like that. We got pink. We've got purple. We've got orange. And we've got green. Okay, so the big one, JK. The small one, oops, that's pink. Sorry, I did the wrong one. LK. LK. This one would be QR. Purple LS. Purple RS. Oops, not LS. LM. Okay, LM. Sorry, guys. LM. Okay, the big one, orange MJ. Orange SP. And then green PQ and JK. Okay, so let's look. QR, okay, QR and QP. So those are both the small and the small, okay? So QR should be matched with LK. Is that true? No. QR, that right across from it is JK, so it's not that one. QR and LK, QR and LK or KL, that's right. QR and RS should be together, Q and RS, awesome. So QR and RS, so this is small and small, so this should be big and big. KL and RS should have JK with it, and that's not true, so that's out. QR and MJ, does that make sense? Does those match together? No, those don't match together. Okay, and then let's look, QR and LK or KL, that's true. This was small, big, so this should be small, big, match. QR should match with LK, that's not true. KL and JM. Okay. QR and SP, so that's right. Okay, because those are both small. QR and KL are together, and then SP and MJ are together. So that is correct. Okay, you see, I have this one right here and this one right here. They're just flipped over. So QR is on top, KL is on bottom, and it's equal to same small one, PS, and the JM on bottom. Okay? Number 9, Mr. Ortiz, let me zoom in. Mr. Ortiz used similar triangles to make a design. Which statement about the triangles in the design must be true? Okay, so these are attributes. Remember, our attributes of similar figures are they are the same shape only. They are not the same size. They are the same shape only, okay? They are proportional in size. And our angles, that's the symbol for angles, guys. Our angles are congruent. But not just angles, the corresponding angles, okay? That means if they're on the same side, they're the same. The angles are the same. They are the same size and shape. That's not true because it says same size, and they are not the same size if for similar figures. They are the same size, but different shapes, and that's not true for both of them. They have to be the same shape in order for us to compare them, so we're going to take that one. They have corresponding angles that are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent, so let's check that one. They have corresponding sides that are congruent, and that's not true. Okay, they're going to be similar, but not true. Okay, so that's C. If the sides were congruent, then that would mean they were the same size, and that's not gonna, doesn't work. Okay, last one. Quadrilateral KLMN is similar to quadrilateral WXYZ. So let me redraw this one. This is a type of trapezoid. It's a right trapezoid. Okay, so I know KLMN is congruent to WXYZ. Okay, so K and W match. So W, L and X, M and Y, N and Z. Okay, so let's look at this. KL and WX. Okay, that's true. And then WZ. Okay, so if I'm going to use WZ and KN. Okay, so they are all matching, but are they correct? Okay, KL is on the bigger one and WX is on the smaller one. But let's look at WZ. That's on the smaller one, and this is the bigger one. And it should be big, big, small, small, or big, big, small, small, but not big, small, small, big. So that one's not true. Okay. Angle NKL. So NKL, this angle is congruent to ZWX. Okay. Are they on the same side? The same spot? Yes. That means they're congruent. So those would be congruent. So that is true. Okay, because we're looking for what must be true. Let's keep checking the others just in case. KL and YZ. Is that true? Those don't even match each other. They're on opposite ones. So KL and we know goes with WX. So WX should either be there or there. That does not. Angle NKL is congruent to angle XYZ. And that's not true. These are both right angles. So these would be congruent here. This one would be congruent here. And then that one would be congruent to that. Okay? We already said NKL was congruent to ZWX. So G is our answer. Okay, guys. If you're still a little confused, let me know. Make sure you've done your corrections, and then you send me a picture or let me know that you have them done. Okay? Thank you, guys. You have a great day. Bye.